Correct, okay.
Is it going?
Yeah, looks like it.
Oh yeah, great. Okay, so here's your basic RV lavatory. So if you're ever wondering if this is different than a Winnebago, it is not. It's the same setup. So let's talk about the first things first. The toilet paper, make sure you use RV toilet paper. Single grade, single ply, really easy to flush and disintegrate. Don't use Charmin or anything that you would use at home perhaps, because it will really cause a problem with the system. Okay, the flushing the toilet here, you'll see that it's pink inside, and that's because it's winterized. And winterizing it is actually pretty easy, but you'll see that the winterizing takes place. So what happens is that you do your business, you push this, it flushes, fresh water comes and rinses it out. So you'll notice when we get outside that there's no trap on the toilet, meaning the waste just drops into a tank. At home you have a trap, and it kind of protects you from getting all of that smell in the house. This is some deodorizer. Every time you empty the gray tank, you should put a bottle of this in here, because then every time you open this, that little trap door drops down, all that smell will come out. So you want to buy a bottle of this sort of thing. We don't promote this one, it just comes with the commode when we install it. If you go to Camping World or RV World or whatever, you could buy other deodorizers, whatever you like. Okay. The sink. Let's see. Then we'll go here. We'll go to this. The system is designed when we fill it up with fresh water. Enough fresh water is added to the tanks where you don't need to. Once the fresh water is empty, then you have to empty the gray water. So don't ever add more fresh water without emptying the gray water, because again, it will cause a mess that no one wants to participate in. If the plumbing system was on, you could push this button. It would tell you if the waste was empty, a third full, 2/3 full, or full. So you can check your water level. It'll tell you fresh level, and the battery is for some disabled function that we don't use. So you can press the battery and some lights might light up, but it doesn't really mean anything. There's no battery backup on the commode. The sink is hot and cold water. You'll be able to see that there's a 2-gallon hot water tank underneath here, or maybe a 4-gallon hot water tank underneath here, and you will see that it's not plugged in right now because it's winterized. The plug for the hot water tank is right here. Okay, so the hot water tank, if you were to drain, when you're winterizing the hot water tank, you turn off this plastic valve right in there, you turn it the other way, and you take a screwdriver and unscrew that knob there, that valve, and it drains out to the ground underneath the vehicle. Very simple to do. When you're done, you'd want to close that back up, because when you winterize the vehicle, there's the tube, and I'll show you where that tube is here next. And in the next room, you will find that you do not want to suck the antifreeze into the hot water tank. So closing that valve prevents that from happening. And there's also a trash can. There's a trap here. You'd also just want to make sure that if it's plugged in, I made sure it was unplugged just as a safety net in case the hot water button got turned on the panel. But you would not want that running without water in it. Okay. Any questions? No? Good. All right, we'll move to the back.
Well, I guess there is one question. Is there any type of heater in the system so the vehicle could be used in cool temperatures?
Yeah, in all of the compartments that have gray water and fresh water, there's little marine heaters in there, and there's a switch for them on the panel. So and they're thermostatically controlled. If it goes below 32, then the heaters go on, and
so I guess in that case the vehicle should be plugged in for the electrical usage.
Yes, if you have water in it. Right now, when it's winterized, you don't have to have those heaters on.
Right, but I was just thinking of using it in the wintertime. If it's going to be on for a few days or a week, then I guess it should be plugged in.
Always, yes. Yeah. If it's unwinterized, or if it's not winterized, then you have to have it plugged in. Okay?
Chief,
you point those two valves again? Which ones you were pointing to initially? Because I didn't have it.
There's a valve right here. Okay. And you turn that.
It's 110 or 240 about that.
You turn that to make sure that you can drain the hot water tank or fill it with water. When you're
Okay.
winterizing it, you want to make sure that it's closed so you don't take cold water and put it into the top of, because then you would vacuum suck the RV antifreeze into the hot water tank, and you don't want to do that. And it's 110.
110.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just a 110 plug. So it's not very efficient. You're not going to take real long showers. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. The one thing that I forgot was this. These are just keys to all of these doors. We just tape them in place. I'm not sure that you're ever going to have to lock anything, but who knows, based upon your usage of the vehicle. This particular roof vent, you work it two ways. You would turn this to open it, and that canopy opens, and then you can turn it on, and this one only sucks out. So this one is just an exhaust fan. The other ones can go either way. And then once it's off, if you ever get leaves or something in there stuck, there's a little glass fuse in here that you can check to see if it's not working. Okay? All right, and these are air conditioning vents here, so if it's too cold in here, you could close a couple of those as well.
Okay.
All right?
All right.
Let's press pause.